Hey everyone, this is Ryan Mitchell with thetinylife.com, and just wanted to do kind of a video to tell you guys about something I'm trying this year. It's been kind of a project that I've been keeping a little bit under wraps, just because honestly I didn't know if I could do it. um, it's been challenging, and but before we kind of get into that project and kind of what I'm doing this year. I want to kind of talk about the why behind it. And, I preach this all the time on the blog. It's like, start with your why, know your why, understand your goals, and things like that. And one of the things that was very important to me when I first got into this, and still is building a lifestyle that was right for me, right? I'm 34 now, and at like 24, I guess, yeah, 24, it's been about a decade now. I was working a corporate job, and I just kind of said enough's enough. It was right at the beginning of the recession. I was doing a really good job at my old career, and just came off a really good performance review. And that Friday after, the owner of the company comes in and says, sorry, you're all out of a job. We're closing the company. No notice, no severance, no nothing. That was it. Just done. And that's what made me realize, like, hardworking, smart, educated people that doing a good job don't even have job security. And that's when I said, okay, something's got to change. Is this the life I want? And, it just sparked a lot of like reflection and thought. So here I am now. It's Thursday, like at 1 in the afternoon. And while a lot of my peers and most folks are in a cubicle working at the bank or somewhere, I'm out here at a park on a lake that I grew up on. And I'll kind of show you this here. Just kind of enjoying this really beautiful weather. It's like 73 out and gorgeous. Such a nice time of year. And instead of like being in an office, I have the freedom to do, things like go out to the park and work later in the day if I want to, or just whenever I need to get the stuff done. And that kind of ties into what I've been working on this year a little bit more. Is I've always been kind of minimalist. I've always been, not a big consumer. Well, I guess I was at one point. Like I was a standard consumer. But with the tiny house, I've like pared down and stopped shopping a lot and things like that. But this year, I decided to try an experiment. The experiment is this: not buying anything for an entire year. And like I said, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it, so I was kind of quiet about it up until now. It's May 2nd or third, I think, fourth, maybe, I don't know, something like that. And I've been doing this for now 4 solid months, and I thought, okay, like if I can make this, maybe I can make the home stretch, right? I'm a third of the way through the year now. Part of the reason why I'm doing this is because I realized that purchasing things and items in my life were not bringing me the value or the desired end result that I was looking for, right? If I'm looking at my goals and I'm looking at how I'm spending my money, and not that I spent a lot to begin with, but like, it is a resource, right? We have to be cognizant of how we spend that money. And so I said, what are the things that I am doing with my money that get me closer to my goals, and what are the things that get me further away from my goals? And one of the things I said was, like I'm making these purchases that I'm using them, I'm intentional about them, but they're also not really getting me to my goals. And if I want to get to these bigger goals that I have, like I gotta put all my dollars there. I've told a few people this, are like, you're not buying anything? Like, how's that possible? And there are some exceptions, and I guess I'll go through this now. First thing is, I'm allowing myself to buy food, right? Gotta eat. So that is, like, I basically made some rules or exceptions to this no buying anything. So I'm allowed to buy food. I'm allowed to buy consumables, which are like, toilet paper and tissues and toothpaste and soap, things like that I consume. And what I've been doing is basically not buying them until I run out. So I'm not like stockpiling or like, getting a whole bunch that I'm not using. I'm pretty much using what I have, and when I'm done with it, I replace it. So consumables are kind of like one of the things on the list that I allow. While I said that I can buy food, one of the things that I'm also doing this year is not doing any fast food. So I made a list of like all the fast food places basically, and I said, okay, these are off limits. There are, basically I made the delineation between fast food and like a sit-down restaurant. Sit-down restaurants are fine. And my goal is to always do it with friends or family and things like that. Minimize like taking out, but fast food's off limits, and I've been cooking a lot more. The next one is if something breaks, first I have to try to fix it. So my tendency is like when something breaks, just unless it's like a big thing like a car or whatever, is to just toss and replace, because most things are not easily fixable. But this year I've been trying to fix it, and then if not, then like my last solution there is to replace it. So far my bath mat, I found some like funky mold on it, so I tossed it and replaced that. Anyway, so those are the things that I've been doing, like not buying anything, things like that. Up until this point, it's been 4 months now, and there's been 2 things that I like actually really wanted to buy, but I was like, no, I can't. The first was like a backpack. I found this backpack. It's more like a suitcase backpack that I really liked. And what I said was, okay, if I'm gonna buy it, I have to wait till the end of the year, and basically I'll reevaluate if I still want it at that point. And then I'd like to get a new pocket knife, but again, I gotta wait till the end of the year, so we'll see if I still want it. And that's what's kind of interesting about this whole experiment, is it's forcing this delayed gratification. I mean, not that I was a very like instant gratification kind of person, but I mean a whole year, right? Like, I've been looking at this pocket knife that I really want, and I've been looking at it for about a month now, and I still want it, but I got another 8 months to go before I'm going to basically allow myself to buy it if I do buy it in the end. So now most people aren't going to take entire year and not buy anything. It's pretty extreme. I totally admit that. But what this experience has shown me is some really interesting tips and tricks that I've learned along the way that can kind of help you be more intentional with your spending, your purchases, and a better consumer, so that you too can get closer to your goals. So if you're watching this on YouTube, check it out in the description. I'll put the link to the post. And if you're already on the website, just scroll on down and I'll give you all the details on how to think about this stuff, kind of help you with your not making impulse purchases, not wasting money, things like that. So yeah, hope you enjoy it, and thanks.